everybody. Welcome back to TAPNGRL Tapping Into You. We got Lisa back. We were just laughing. We got her back on contract. And the same fee she was paid last year, we finally got her to agree to this year. And that is free.
It works.
It works. Okay, now she also knows that she gets big stuff here, right? Okay.
I do.
Okay, so we got Lisa back here. I want to thank my sponsors. First and foremost, I want to thank Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Without their generosity, we would not be here to be able to teach you this wonderful dynamic technique that helps you deal with your negative emotions and negative emotional experiences. Look, our experiences are the things that create how we react in our life experience. Okay? All right, so, and I'm not going to repeat what I said to Scott in the car and on the way here and what I just said here because I don't want hate mail. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue talking about change, okay? Because this is that time of year when, first of all, I said when we were here last week, I said, now you've had enough weeks to make your resolution and decide that, that's not working and blow it off.
Yeah.
Okay, now maybe there's still some of you going to the gym because you still got a little bit of willpower left, and I'm telling you, when we figure out what we're doing, what life experiences we have that make us fearful of the change, okay? When we go in and find those and we do the tapping, because this is brain-body stuff, okay? And I'm getting so solid in this, that what we're doing is we're starting the reprogramming by calming down the brain, okay? That puts us into, no, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Okay? To be able to be okay with how we're feeling, because I say all the time, there are no negative there are negative emotions, that feel bad, but it's all information. When I'm lining up with the feeling bad part, that's when I've just arrested myself. Okay? When I allow myself to know there are no bad emotions, there are emotions that feel bad. I prefer the ones that feel good.
So it's just the recognition of it.
The recognition of it. Just being aware of it. Now, you could do that thing, and I just witnessed this in the last day, where you're there and you're saying, okay, I'm feeling this, and yeah, if I just sit with it for a minute, I'll see that I'm not sucked into the anger abyss, okay? Because a lot of us are afraid to go into the negative emotions because we weren't trained what to do with them.
True.
We weren't trained that they're all information. We're used to doing that whole responsibility thing, remember? If I'm feeling anger, taking responsibility means it's got to be somebody's fault, so I'm all focused on whose fault is it, which is going to arrest my own change.
Oh my gosh.
You're so funny. Okay. And that's why I say that you're going to probably, I did, have to hear that over and over and over till it starts to get in here. Now, the reason for that, let's go back to theta brain. Up to you're about 6, you're in theta brainwave. Everything going on around you, you're absorbing. That's where you got your concepts about money, your beliefs about yourself. That's where you found out how relationships look. Look how many people are having the same, even though they swore, I'm not doing it the way they did, they ended up with the same manifestation.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because whether I want that or don't want it, it's inclusion. Okay, that's why I would say I teach law of attraction and tapping. This is an inclusion-based universe. Everything I'm getting, because I'm the perceiver, and this is quantum physics, people. This is not Colette out there on a limb trying to recreate the world. I'm telling you, it's a quantum physics universe now. Okay, it always has been, but we're actually just starting to understand it. So when I, as the observer, am feeling something that triggers anger, most of us, because this is what happens, we think a thought enough, right? The chemicals cascade into the body. Now we emote before we even know what the thought was. So somebody does something.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't you have the feeling when somebody cuts you off in traffic before you have the thought?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
See?
feel it.
So the body thinks is mind, okay? We're going through our whole day having these emotional reactions that we're never slowing down to see what's going on, which is really me being in my power now, because I get what I'm thinking now. Okay, I'm a little emphatic about this. You think? Okay, because, and really the biggest reason is not because I'm trying to make anybody wrong, is because for me, I'm almost going to cry, it's so joyful. This has changed my life so much to know that I'm the only thinker in my thinker. And if I'm thinking something that doesn't feel good, I'm the one who can change it. But if I got fear of change, I'm going to
yeah.
sabotage my own awareness to those feelings. You see, and we do it all the time. Okay? I have no idea where I am here. We're just winging it. I mean, even more than I usually do. Why don't you tell them about what you do so they know how to connect with you?
Hi, yeah, I'm Lisa, and I am a Reiki master teacher, and I work with essential oils, Young Living essential oils, and you can reach me at 317-750-2445. Text me, ask me any questions. lstasiak45@gmail.com. You can email me. I look forward to
she's
hearing
on the
from
screen.
you.
Look down
yeah,
there.
there you go. Reach me. I'd love to talk to you.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make the world a better place if you can. There you go. Ooh, that
Very
just came
good.
out of nowhere. Well, there's no such thing. Okay, so in talking about change, first of all, I have been having some crazy good off the chain taps with myself and clients. I mean, crazy good. Okay, so let me just tell you, you can find me at TAPNGRL.com, TAPNGRL. You can call me at 717-TAPNGRL. You can contact me through my webpage. You can find me on Facebook. If there is something in your life that you want different, okay, that you are trying, and it's hard, first of all, I'm going to tell you you're off course, okay? Because people don't like to hear me say this, but really it's about ease, joy, all those good things,
Right.
okay? As soon as I'm doing the struggle thing, well, I'm going to get more to struggle about. It's just inclusion. Okay, so if you want something different, give me a call. Usually in 1 hour tapping session, I can get such big movement with people. And I had a really, really awesome manifestation, which I'm going to have to wait till I get somebody's permission to share it with you. But it was really, really, really amazing. And what I tell people, I'm so lucky because in what I do, I'm not just cleaning up your garbage. It brings up my own limitation.
Oh my gosh.
So I say, oh, how cool is it that I have work that I'm always working on me by working on you by, okay. And let's even put in the word play because I really am about fun. So, and that's another big thing I say is too many people are making this stuff hard work, not fun. And it's like, no. Let's start with the paradigm that change can be fun.
Right.
Okay. I mean, when you learned to ride a bike, you went from to that change. Wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
Okay, but what do most of us have light up? The fear about change. Okay, right? So on the way here, I wrote down, I know. If you saw my notes, I look like a mad scientist, really, when you look at my writing. Oh yeah, because this morning I was so excited, I'm like, I'm bringing about. Okay, and that is if you write at the top of a page, okay, and I'm showing you this so you can start to figure out how to navigate the tapping so that it works for you, because that's the point of why we're here, right?
Right.
And tapping, as we know, what we're doing is we're soothing and calming our own negative emotions, okay? Because the brain fires up in stress. The tapping is a physical thing where I'm actually calming the amygdala. I get blood to the brain, and voila, guess what's really good for the brain and thinking? Blood. Imagine that.
Yeah, surprise.
What a concept. Okay, so, and then I had the big awareness about how all the blood in your body goes through the brain, and it also goes through the heart. That's why this is a thinking, feeling thing. And you start out thinking, then you're feeling without even thinking. What I'm getting you to do is slow down, figure out what the thoughts are, okay? So if you, I'm yelling. I do that. You get
excited.
I had a lady tell me the other day, she was sitting this close to me, she goes, you're yelling at me. And I'm like, oh, I get so excited. Okay. All right, so take a piece of paper. At the top, write change is. Okay? And write down some of those words. Now, if y'all are doing it the way you do everything else, your first few words might be nice. Oh, change is good. Yeah, wrong. Okay, if you're not, there is no wrong, but that's wrong. Don't do it. Listen, what's the whole thing about control and saying, I'm not a control freak, but I can show you the right way to do this. Okay, so when you write change is, and I did this with my husband on the way in here this morning, the first thing I got is change is hard.
Oh, I got painful.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I love these juicy, crappy pies we make full of negative emotions that we align with, because it really is. It's like the springboard into your greatest you. When you stop seeing yourself as that negative emotion. Okay, I got to tell you this. A few weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I know some of you are like, what? Okay, because that's where I get information. And it was about how, as little people, when we hear no, when we're told not to do that behavior, we don't hear that behavior's bad. We hear, I am bad. Okay, so all you people walking around trying to figure out where you got all this crappy information, you got it when you didn't know your brain was a sponge, okay?
Right.
We don't have to go in and find every bit of it because the tapping has a collapsing effect, okay?
God.
And when you're with somebody like me who's really awesome and knows how to rock it, what we do is we start with where you are, okay? And we actually follow it backwards, okay? Oh, and boy, that tapping session I had with myself the other day started like this because I've told you guys you can do this where you just go, all this fear. All this fear, all this fear, all this fear. And then I went, no, it's really sadness. All this sadness. Oh, man. And the stuff that came out. Because then I went into, no matter what. Oh, you're going to love this one.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm getting goosebumps already. No matter what I do, it's not good enough.
Oh.
Got any of that?
Me.
See why change is painful? Duh.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Because when you were trained that what you did was wrong, you're still looking for the wrongness of you.
Right.
Got news for you. This is an inclusion-based law of attraction universe. As long as you're trying to figure out what's wrong with you, you're going to keep getting more to figure out what's wrong with you.
Exactly.
Now, you might say, Colette, but we're talking about that when we're doing the tapping. And I'm going, but I tell people all the time, you can tell me that crappy story, okay? Just don't tell me that crappy story unless you're tapping. Because then we're calming the brain. We're stopping that whole thing that stops the process.
Right.
You see? Is this
You're
exciting?
Yeah.
You see why I yell?
I understand. I know. It is exciting because, you know, as we go through this, I'm thinking, you know, you're moving, and I'm thinking it's energy moving through your body.
It's energy moving through your body.
Spots that you're tapping.
Yep. And so let's say you got this little changes list, okay? And you said painful.
Yep.
Okay? So let's just start with that. You're going to be my echo and my guinea pig, okay? Now listen. Don't you know I'm going to touch a nerve on you.
I was going to say,
I just know I'm going to, okay?
Guys.
All right. So, and we're all okay with that, okay? Because one of the things I do tell people is, and I'm going to tell you this, if you're going to start tapping and you start emoting, whether it's getting really angry, really sad, crying, don't stop. If you're not going to see it through with you, don't start. Get somebody you can trust.
Okay.
Okay? That's going to help you navigate it. Because let me tell you what, there is nothing that I know of where you can navigate these issues and knock that stuff out of the park when you stay with it. It only takes minutes.
So what would happen? I mean, if I start and, you know, I'm tapping at home and, like, you got to the sadness, you start crying and you're like, oh, wait.
I start crying and I know this is big stuff for me and that I'm detoxing.
Okay.
So I keep crying and I keep tapping.
Well, what if you're not as experienced as you and I'm sitting there and I'm crying, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And then I stop.
Okay. Then, and because people do that, and that's why I used to jump up and tap on them. I don't do it anymore. Okay. Because you've got to be engaged in your own, in your own, I don't want to say change. You've got to be engaged in your own expansion, in your own growth. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps again.
See?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then you can come back to that when you're ready.
Well, no, I want you to stay there, and I want you to keep tapping.
Okay.
Because one of the reasons I used to jump up and tap on people is, let's say we're doing this thing, and the next thing I know, they're going, ah, and I'd be tapping them while they're doing that. And I'm like, and I decided, no, you got to be engaged. I don't care how bad you're crying. Okay. And I don't mean that in the way it just sounded, because I do. The reason I get so excited, like my husband asked me, how is it you could do this and listen to all these things? And I go, it just excites me watching people let go of limitation. Okay. Because I also teach there's nothing bigger than you. Nothing bigger than you. See, that emotion feels bigger than me. The more I allow myself to have that emotion, the less that emotion's bigger than me. It's only practice, people. Okay. So if you're at home and you start tapping all this painful change, all this painful change, all this painful change, and you start crying, you don't even need to say a word. You just keep tapping. You are there. Okay? So even if you're crying, boo-hooing so bad you can't speak, and for whatever reason I was so led to do that, thank you. Okay, thank you. That I'm telling you, even if you can't speak, just keep tapping, because in a couple minutes, which might seem like an eternity, you will feel the letting go. It's like your body goes, really? We can really let this go? You see? It's safe. That tapping actually gives us a feeling of being safe, validated, heard. Okay, because the real juice here is we want someone else to reflect back to us we're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that means I'm only as good as the last guy who told me I'm okay, right?
Right.
Okay, but when I got me, okay, when I understand that this is about me feeling this for me, and that, now one of the new things I brought in the tapping is nobody else is voting on how I feel. I don't need anybody else's input on how I feel.
Right.
It's safe for me to feel how I feel. You see,
Right.
that's
Right.
what we're really looking for is the when we want them to stop doing what they're
Exactly.
doing, we want the validation we're right. And since I always know I'm right, I get to be happy. Oh. Okay, so let's do painful.
Okay.
So you rate changes painful on a 1 to 10, and I'll show you how this works. We're probably going to go over. We're okay with that, right? Oh, he's got a busy day, so let's tap fast.
Okay.
Here we go. On the side of the hand, rate your changes painful on a 1 to 10. Ready? Okay? Even though change is painful,
Even though change is painful,
I deeply and profoundly
I deeply and profoundly
love and honor how I feel.
love and honor how I feel.
And even though I have this old programming
And even though I have this old programming
that change is painful.
that change is painful,
Oh, and I got stories to prove it.
and I got stories to prove
And
it,
I deeply and profoundly
and I deeply and profoundly
love and honor how I feel.
love and honor how I feel.
You see, you're not used to love and honoring how
No.
you feel. And even though,
And even though,
oh yeah, it's true,
yeah, it's true,
change is painful.
change is painful,
And I deeply and profoundly
and I deeply and profoundly
love and honor myself
love and honor myself
and how I feel.
and how I feel,
And even my awareness
and even my awareness
of this component.
of this component.
Okay, right here. Change is painful.
Change is painful.
Side of the eye. See, I'm already burping. Change can be painful.
Change can be painful.
Under the eye, and it usually is.
And it usually is.
Under the nose, change is painful.
Change is painful.
Mouth, under chin. Change is painful.
Change is painful.
Collarbone. Change scares me. That's where I just went.
Oh,
did
good.
You, did you get
Yeah,
that?
I do too.
Okay, all right.
Change
Change is
scares me.
scary.
Change
okay,
is scary.
See, look.
Ugh,
Written down right
you
there.
got it.
Change is scary.
Change is scary.
All this fear around change.
All this fear around change.
Take a nice breath. Did you have a story come up where the change happened and it was scary? You could feel all that. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you all get that? If you got a story in there, whether it was a divorce, whether it was changing jobs, whatever it was, it doesn't matter. Nobody else needs to say that's a good enough example. You get to decide for yourself. One of the things I say all the time is we downplay trauma. Stop doing that.
Right.
Okay. I had somebody tell me, 2 people tell me this last week, well, I go, well, you were traumatized. And they go, well, I wasn't raped. And no,
Oh.
You don't, a broom can fall while you're being yelled at age 4. That's trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Stop minimizing your trauma. In fact, if anything, I almost say go the other way.
Make
Start
it.
to call it all trauma and tap it out as if you have PTSD. Why not? You see what I'm saying? Okay. So you got that
I
change
got
is
it.
scary. I don't think I need to go back to the setup.
Nope.
Let's go back to the eyebrow. This story that I have,
The story that I have.
that is the proof
That is the proof.
that change is scary.
That change is scary.
Side of the eye. Oh, I've got a good story.
Oh, I've got a good story.
Under the eye. Just thinking about it.
Just thinking about
Under the
it.
nose. Can you feel it in your body?
Uh-huh,
Where do you
uh-huh.
feel it?
You know what? I feel it here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. That's
me.
your gut instinct.
I know.
All this scary change fear
All the scary change
in my stomach,
in my stomach,
in my gut instinct,
in my gut and
top of the head. That's my physiology
That's my physiology.
doing the best it can to protect me.
Doing the best it can to
You see what happens? I get that feeling.
Yeah.
It goes, danger, stop.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All this scary change fear.
all the scary change.
Side of the eye. All this fear around change.
All this fear around change.
No wonder change scares me.
No wonder change scares
Under
me.
the nose. I bet I got other stories.
I bet I got other stories.
Chin. And they're all connected to the same feeling.
And they're all connected to the same feeling.
And what if I tell myself that story
And what if I tell myself that
while
story
I'm tapping the whole time?
while I'm tapping the whole time?
Top of the head. I do that for me.
I do that for me.
Take a breath. Okay, I put it that way because obviously she's not going to let us go through the story here, okay? Pretend you're picking up on the phone or seeing me on Skype and you're telling me what all this brought up and just talk about it while you're tapping. Let's just do that as if I brought up a memory, okay? Going back to the eyebrow. Oh, I hate the way this feels in my body.
Oh, I hate the way this feels in my body.
Side of the eye. I like not feeling it.
I like not feeling
Under the
it.
eye. I'd rather push it away than feel it.
I'd rather push it away than feel it.
Under the nose, that just makes it bigger.
It just makes it bigger.
Chin, it actually grows.
It actually grows.
Collarbone, how can this crazy tapping thing
How can this crazy tapping thing
under the arm actually help me feel better?
actually help me feel better?
Top of the head, maybe I don't need to know that.
And maybe I don't need to know
Eyebrow,
that.
maybe thinking I need to know that
Maybe thinking I need to know that
is just another level of sabotage.
is just another level of
Is
sabotage.
more resistance in me.
It's more resistance in
under
me.
the nose that whatever I do
That-
isn't good enough.
That whatever I do isn't good
You
enough.
see how we got there?
Oh
Okay,
my
now
gosh.
those goosebumps are all the way up in
Yeah.
my ears and neck now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so see, you've probably got a story in there.
Yeah.
Does the painful, fearful story have at its root, no matter what I do, I'm not good enough? Mm-hmm. See, people, this is universal.
Yeah.
Okay, you're almost always going to come back. Oh, that's right. Okay, so now what you can do? Let's go back. My husband's
Okay.
supposed to holler out things and remind me over there, and he just reminded me. Tune into that change. That's that. What was the first word? Painful.
Painful.
Scary, fear of
Scary,
change.
fear of change.
Okay, and we were like, what were we at? We were 10.
Yes.
What are we at?
I will say 5, 6.
Okay, because I got 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no wrong.
Right.
But let me show. No.
But let me tell you.
But let me correct you. Listen, if you're not having fun watching this, then just don't mess. Okay? It's really.
It is fun.
It is fun, okay? And let me just tell you for sure, I am such a different person from the standpoint of what I expect, what I fear, how I navigate my feelings, feeling empowered and in control, okay? And that crying, that bringing up that fear, all that stuff that I do, okay? I'm doing for me to get comfortable with it because now I leap into my power, right? Okay,
Right.
so let's go right here and say, it's safe for me to feel this.
It's safe for me to feel this.
Side of the eye. What if I decide
What if I decide
I actually know more
I actually know more
when I experience this feeling?
when I experience this
Chin.
feeling?
What if I decide
What if I decide
that experiencing this feeling is
that
good?
experiencing this feeling is good?
Under the arm. What if this catapults me
What if this catapults me
into the change I so want?
into the change I so want?
Take a breath. Okay, now most of us, first thing I wrote down was hard work. Change is hard. Okay? And go look at my Facebook Lives, because maybe I'll do one of those
yeah.
tomorrow on that. But when you've got all this attachment to hard work, we were really trained hard work is the way to do it.
Yes.
You get accolades for hard work, all kinds of squirrely stuff. I am now about ease, okay? If it doesn't feel good, it's my job to line up with feeling good and let the universe surprise and delight me, because even though that sounds crazy to you, I'm telling you, way better stuff shows up than when I think I'm in charge and try and push and struggle my way through.
Yeah.
Okay, because if I think I got to push and struggle, universe goes, oh,
want
she
more."
loves push and struggle. You see?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right? Because
I
you
do.
got to remember, life is always saying yes to you. I heard Louise Hay say that, and I loved it. Life is always saying yes. So when you say, I'm tired, life says, okay, you can be tired. Okay?
tired.
I hate my job. Okay, you can hate your job. I mean,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the decider. You're the one
Yeah.
feeling it. Okay? And I'm trying not to go too far over. Let me thank my sponsors again, just in case, so we don't know how far we're going. But that is Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. They're located in Noblesville, Indiana. Give them a holler. Give them a shout. They can help you with all of your needs about those things. In fact, I got to talk to them about some stuff. Fun. You can find them on the web at www.noblesvilletrophies.com, and you can also find www.loganstreetsigns.com. Okay, so find them, throw business at them. Good
Great.
people in Noblesville, Indiana. Beautiful downtown Noblesville, Indiana, with the phantasmical Jim Wofford.
Yes.
Okay, so in trying to clean this up, let's go back to the eyebrow, do a little more empowerment tapping, okay? And then if you see through this process you got stuck, you don't know what to do, whatever, all you do is follow the stories that come up. Okay, so that story you got,
Yes.
okay, don't make it any harder than just
Yeah.
telling the story, giving yourself the satisfaction, and here we go.
Okay.
I like knowing that I don't need anybody else's validation.
I like knowing that I don't need anybody else's validation.
I don't need anybody else's agreement
I don't need anybody else's agreement.
about how I'm feeling.
About how I'm feeling.
Under the nose. Maybe this is the first time
Maybe this is the first time
that I've actually acknowledged how I feel,
that I've actually acknowledged how I feel.
given it a voice,
Given it a voice.
and I actually feel a little stronger.
And I do actually feel a little bit stronger.
I feel more empowered.
I feel more empowered.
I feel like I got this.
Yeah, I feel like I got
You
this.
see, when you
Yeah.
start trusting you, you see,
Yeah.
we just brought that trust level up in you,
Yes.
didn't we? Yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's how we build trust. Because one of the things I was getting, if you build it, they will come, and that's about building it in the mind.
Yeah.
You got to build it in the mind, and I'll tell you how to do all that stuff all the time. Here we go. I'm amazing and awesome.
I'm amazing and awesome.
It's safe for me to feel.
It's safe for me to feel.
I shut it down
I shut it down
for protection.
for protection.
That didn't protect me.
That did not protect me.
Top of the head. So it's safe for me to feel.
So it's safe for me to feel.
It's safe for me to be aware of this.
It's safe for me to be aware of this.
I so got me
I so got
under
me.
the eye. I'm feeling stronger.
I'm feeling stronger.
I like understanding this.
And I like understanding this.
I was really afraid of it,
I was really afraid of
but
it.
now I'm not quite so afraid of change.
Now I'm not quite so afraid of change.
Understanding that I have the capacity
Understanding that I have the
to
capacity
soothe and handle this for me,
to soothe and handle this for me.
by me,
By me.
with me,
With me.
because of me,
Because me.
and me.
And me.
Did you get the common denominator?
Me.
Me. All right, so here we go. We're going to sign up. I do this in group. I do it one-on-one. Find Lisa for your
Yep.
Reiki and the oils,
Oils.
and she's also doing the
LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe. And so she's just a jack of
All kinds of things.
Yeah. What is it? Jack of all trades.
Trades.
No,
Yeah.
you call
And
it
master of
Jill.
none.
She's a Jill of all trades. Thank you. I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah,
now you
Jill.
do know that your soul has no sexuality, so that his and her thing is just
Jack
for
and
us
Jill.
here.
I'm
See,
both.
don't start me on other concepts like that. Okay, all right. So here we go. We'll be back in February. We're not sure when, but you just keep looking and go look for me on my timeline. Ask me questions. If for some reason you decide and you live in the area that sometime you want to sit here, you give me
Yeah.
a shout out. We'll have a good time navigating some junk right out of you. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you
There
have
we
to
go.
fight me
All
over
right.
it.
So until we see you next time, what do we always say? This is TAPNGRL saying keep tapping into you. Bye, people.